Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the world-famous forum here in Inglewood, California, serving the greater Los Angeles metropolitan area, where tonight 360 Promotions is proud to present an evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment live on HBO. And now, let's get this party started! 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Flyweight Championship of the World. Officially weighing in at 112 pounds. His professional record, 39 victories, including 19 knockouts with 3 defeats. From Mendoza, Argentina, the challenger, former WBA Flyweight World Champion, Juan Carlos Reveco. Wearing purple and officially weighing in at 111.6 pounds. He's a 3-time world champion. His record, 40 victories, 22 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat with 4 draws. From Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines, the former mini world champion and the reigning and defending WBO Flyweight Champion of the World, Donnie Nietes.
For most of his career, he acknowledges that, but he's learned to overcome that. He's okay with that. And with Nietes, he's a veteran. He, on a scale from 1 to 10, he's going to give you a consistent 5 or 6. He's not going to do anything that's going to wow you, but he does a lot of crafty, subtle things in there that's definitely going to get your attention and get Reveco's attention as well.
Nietes reminds me of you in certain ways, Andre. He's a disruptive fighter. He punches, his rhythm disrupts the other guy. He punches when the other guy doesn't want to engage. He disengages when the other guy wants to engage.
Yeah, Nietes is definitely going to discipline Reveco every chance that he gets. And Reveco knows that. He mentioned that to us in the fighter meeting about how he can't get too over anxious. He's a very aggressive fighter. He has a high punch count, but he knows that Nietes is a veteran, and he knows that Nietes is a natural counterpuncher as well. Oh.
Reveco sneaks in a right hand to the body. Reveco gets in another right hand to the body as Nietes misses with the right upstairs.
That's a really good combination to the body that Reveco landed, especially the right hand.
Of course, Manny Pacquiao's not in the wild card gym these days. He's back in the Philippines practicing politics. Nietes said that he and his trainer, Edmund Villamor, got in some good work at the wild card and got some effective advice and help from Freddie Roach.
He also got some good rounds in with Brian Valoria, who
suffered an upset loss on the undercard here tonight.
But fought a great fight. It was a great fight. And Valoria suffered a bad, gruesome cut, I believe, in the 11th round. But the fight was pretty much decided at that point.
A popular fighter when he turned pro, an Olympian, an offensive fighter, a crowd pleaser, a good personality, and didn't become a dominant champion, but would have been an excellent fighter as he has been in any era.
Great person. In the 3rd or 4th round, that's a veteran tactic and a veteran move.
So great, Andre, that you cited the subtlety of it. I was just getting ready to say, look at the subtle head movement by Nietes, who doesn't have to do much to make Reveco miss.
And as you said that, he slipped the punch, he slipped and picked a punch with his left glove. He landed a jab right when Reveco was trying to disengage. He's just a very crafty guy.
But the opponent, when he watches Nietes do that, he's stuck with having to say to himself, you know, this guy's really good. I'm not able to do what I want to do.
Jim, my predecessor in this seat, the great Larry Merchant, used to talk about a fighter in the pocket like this. This is called the pocket, where you're in punching range, like a great quarterback. The blitz is coming and things are flying all around, and he calmly sidesteps and delivers the ball. And Nietes is like a really seasoned quarterback in the pocket. Look at that.
Well-chosen body shot by Nietes while Reveco was missing upstairs. And now Reveco comes back with a couple of body shots of his own. But in the closing seconds of round 2, already by CompuBox count, Nietes is doubling Reveco in landed punches. Donnie Nietes' ring nickname is Hahas, the Tagalog word for snake, and it is perhaps as apt a moniker as there is anywhere in the sport of boxing. That smile.
The best chess books, I think, teach by showing you a master versus every different level of opponent, from beginner to expert. And the most interesting games are the master against the expert, because you see the subtle differences. And in this fight so far, you've seen why Nietes has been a long-reigning belt holder. Because in against an expert fighter, a world-class fighter, there's a subtle difference in terms of the depth of his skill, Andre. The way he picks punches, the calmness in the pocket, the countering, the pacing. He's a master.
He's a master, and you only get that through experience. Sometimes bad experiences and sometimes good experiences. And in Nietes' case, he's had a lot more good experiences than he's had bad. I mean, he's on a 14-year winning streak. He's the longest reigning Filipino champion in boxing history. That's for a reason.
The fact is, if you're a long reigning belt holder, that makes title mandatory after mandatory. Chances are you're going to have an off night.
Absolutely.
Chances are against another world-class opponent without a lot of fanfare, you can come in underprepared, or you just didn't have it that night. And Nietes hasn't had that. He's been consistent every time.
Consistency in this game is definitely underrated. Sometimes we as boxing fans, we get excited with the shooting star, the guy that's making a big splash or making a lot of noise in the moment, and that's fine. But show me the guy that has success against top competition over an extended period of time. That's the guy that gets me.
Number 1 ranking pound for pound in the world coming into calendar 2017. But as his experiences with Srisiket Sorong Visai show,
Visions, they tend to age very quickly once they hit about 30.
Which makes it in. So far in the fight, Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got a 3-0, 30-27, Donnie Nietes. I got to tell you, Jim, he's a very good fighter. I never saw him before, live, but boy, I'll tell you, he's an excellent fighter. He punches real good in the middle of the ring. He keeps the fight where he wants it, His ring generalship is excellent, and he outpunches Juan Reveco in just about every round that I've watched so far in this fight. 3-0, Donnie Nietes.
But in a very specific way. He doesn't remind me of Andre as an overall fighter, but in the sense that he dictates what's happening. He frustrates his opponent by doing what the opponent doesn't want to happen, by engaging and disengaging with a rhythm that upsets his opponent. In that respect, he's very much like Andre, I think.
As Reveco is a two-fisted fighter, he punches with volume, he throws a lot of punches, and he's aggressive. But you see Nietes, who's the consummate professional, he's the veteran. His nickname is Snake. He's almost like a snake charmer, where he's very deceptive. He's taken the punch count of Reveco, down, and Reveco in so many cases is shell-shocked. He can't do what he wants to do, and I don't even think he realizes that right now.
And yet Nietes is right in front of him, and he can't land the punches.
And a veteran like Nietes, you'll see him slowly start to pick it up. He'll throw just a little bit more each round until he gets the shots that he wants to get, and you'll look up and he'll either score a knockout, or you'll look up and the fight will be over and he's won most of the rounds. That's how it goes.
I don't know what the booing is about. I don't find this to be a boring fight. A little bit one-sided, obviously, but if you like boxing craft, you're seeing a lot of it here. And it's not as though he's not moving his hands. Punches are flying.
If the ticket buyers come from the boxing cultures that spawned the fighters on the card, Argentina, the Philippines, Mexico, they expect to see aggressive fighters with an offensive bent. That's what they're used to.
More risk-taking.
Exactly. Through the first 4 rounds, CompuBox finds him landing 45 punches per round thrown. And Nietes has more than doubled him in terms of landed punches. So while the crowd may be booing because they hoped for something more spectacular in terms of give and take,
I had to guess. I think Reveco is thinking right now that everything I heard about Donnie Nietes is true.
I had to guess, I think the boos might be louder in round 8 and 9.
I like what, I mean, I don't know. I see two guys throwing punches. You tell me when there's a significant break in the action. Look, here comes Reveco. His hands are moving. Nietes' hands are moving. They're just also both playing defense.
Right.
I don't see any holding. I don't see any running. I don't see any long periods of inaction. Good fight so far.
Once again, Nietes ducks and slips a few punches and sneaks in a left hook.
If you watch Nietes, even when he's under attack, he stays calm the whole time. And for the young fighters watching at home, that's something to look at. It's not always the flashy defensive move, but it's the subtleties, it's the small things, and keeping calm under composure. Excuse me, keeping composure under fire. And Nietes has done that this whole fight.
Reveco spent 4 years on the Argentine national team with they are the kinds of fighters that Argentine fans love to watch, and that he, in effect, loves to watch. We asked him if there's any chance that the long dreamed about fight between Maidana and Matisse could ever conceivably take place, and he smiled and said, well, for Maidana, that would have been about 100 pounds ago. So unlikely it's ever going to happen.
And it's tough to give Reveco some type of game plan right now to get to Nietes because, one, he's the shorter fighter, so he can't box on the outside. If he comes inside and starts to open up, Nietes is waiting to counter. Reveco's in a real tough spot right now in this fight.
Yeah, this is hard.
But that's what I mean. That's where Reveco on paper wants to be, but Nietes is comfortable inside.
Stop with the bell, guys. Stop with the bell.
Bill Sanchez. Hard left hook by Nietes. Follows it up with a 2-punch combination.
Every move seems to be for a purpose.
Yeah, that's Reveco's, that's his rhythm. That's how he gets himself going. It's almost like a telegraph where he's letting you know that the attack is coming, and Nietes, being the fighter that he is, he can see that. And he'll stick a jab out, slow down. He'll put a hook to the face or a jab to the stomach just to let Reveco know, I see what you're doing, and I'm not going to let you get revved up and get started. And he's been doing that all night. But Reveco's doing the right thing right now. He's going to have to sell out a little bit, be willing to get hit, to get his, because if he stays back and allows Nietes to snake charm him, he's going to be on the end of Nietes' punches all night long.
Right, and that's where, early on, I think it's you can't say it's unfair for the crowd to boo, because the crowd feels how they feel. They paid their money. They're entitled to express themselves. But eventually in this fight, if it continues this way, you're right. Reveco, what he's doing, it's not working. It will be time to go to plan B.
Which he's been doing this round. He's had some more success.
That Reveco left hook is one of the best punches he's landed in the fight, but he had to eat 5 or 6 good punches just to get in position to throw.
Well, the difficulty with plan B oftentimes is it involves some selling out, and it can hasten the fighter's demise. In order to give themselves a chance to actually win, they have to increase the odds that they get stopped or get beaten badly.
Stay back and try to think with a master thinker, and that's where he went wrong. This round, this is who Juan Carlos Reveco really is.
Cut, right eye.
As one of the greatest of all boxing publicists, Mike Tyson said, in boxing, you got to bring it to get it. That isn't exactly what he said, but that's the point.
One of James Toney's favorite expressions, too. Up. Reveco got hurt with something at the end of that round.
Something short. Short right hand, and I believe it was a left hook that followed.
He looked out on his feet, Andre.
He was out on his feet.
Here's the replay.
Here we see Nietes squat down. He's looking. Short right hand, missed the left hook, but that right hand had Reveco out on his feet. He's out right now. And Nietes knows it, and he's coming back after this round to try to finish the show.
And now the between rounds clock has stopped.
Short right hand from Nietes right on the button.
And now the between rounds clock is going to roll again.
Opens up and tries to finish the show.
I think it's fascinating.
See, he doesn't, his balance is shot. His legs are gone.
That's why he's running like that, to try to get his leg. But watch the veteran. He's going to start to pick it up, and you'll see him as aggressive as he's been all night.
And he landed a lead right hand flush. As he now looks for the next opportunity.
Reveco just has huge heart. But now Nietes has a sitting duck in front of him.
Yeah, and I think this is highly questionable for the California Commission, as Reveco has been allowed to come back in and fight at a moment when he was obviously compromised.
7. Hey, come to me. Come to me. Come to me.
His corner's allowing him to continue. His legs are not obeying his brain.
Questionable for everybody, and now somebody in the corner is waving a white flag, and intelligently so. What's the point?
That would have ended ugly if they let that continue.
Guys, he didn't even need that final knockdown. When you saw him come out to begin the round, his legs were unsteady. When he placed them on the canvas, you could see he didn't know where the floor was.
If you have to stop the between rounds clock to determine whether the fighter is capable of continuing in the fight, doesn't that make the point in and of itself?
Meantime, a sensational win for Nietes. He won every round. He displayed absolute boxing mastery, and he essentially ended the fight with one right hand.
Absolutely.
Spectacular. He set that right hand up with a series of left hooks that were so skillful, so perfectly delivered, so well timed. It was like a clinic on offensive boxing.
And defensive boxing.
Both, exactly right. And here's another look at the end.
So Nietes knows that Reveco's hurt, so now you start to see him put some power behind those punches. He commits more knowing that Reveco's hurt. He closes the distance, he goes to the body with both hands and tries to finish up top